the time when I talk to people about their relationship with God. We'll go, hey, I'll do it later. Right? Like, when I get older, because I talk to a lot of campus kids. Well, when I get older, I'll start thinking about my relationship with God. Oh, I don't really have the time right now to invest in it, so maybe later on, right? Or a lot of people tell me, oh, when I graduate, I'll study the Bible, right? The guy told me this week, hey, next semester, I'll study the Bible. Well, this is what the Lord has to say about it. It says, then the word of the Lord came through the prophet Haggai. Is it a time for yourselves to be living in your paneled houses while the house remains, this house remains a ruin? Now this is what the Lord Almighty says, give careful thought to your ways. You have planted much but harvested little. You eat but never have enough. You drink but never have your fill. You put on clothes but are not warm. You earn wages only to put them in a purse with holes in it. This is what the Lord Almighty says. Give careful thought to your ways. Go up into the mountain and bring down timber and build my house, so that I may take pleasure in it and be honored, says the Lord. You expected much, but see, it turned out to be little. What you brought home I blew away. Why, declares the Lord Almighty? Because my house, which remains a ruin, while each of you is busy with your own house.
Wow.
Oh, look at the heart of God. Again, a lot of people have this dilemma. Like, oh, well, should I build my own house, build my own life, and my own career, my own success, and things of that nature? Or should I build the Lord's? Right? Like, what do I do? What do I do? People always go, what do I do? Well, here the Lord has your answer. He says, why are you building your panel houses while my house is in ruin?
Right.
And I think so often, guys, honestly, we can get into that position.
Yep.
Right? Because again, these guys are just like us. They're just humans. They make mistakes, and so that's why God wrote this story, or not wrote the story, but allowed this to be written in the Bible so we can reflect on these guys. But what they were doing is that they may have had a heart for God, but they also neglected God.
Yeah.
They thought their house was far more important than the Lord's.
Wow.
And it took precedent. They were their own priority over the Lord. And so for them, they were not the kind of lover Christ desired. Because that person, and here in this relationship, it can be a very selfish relationship. A lot of people call it a one-way street. Right? Where all they do is they take. They take from the Lord, but they never give back. Right? And guys, I don't want to be in that position. Right? I dread the fact of thinking I feel super guilty if I feel like I'm not giving to the Lord. Why? Because the Lord has given me so much. Right? I would not be able to stand before you guys even preaching the word if it wasn't for the Lord. Right? I'd be some crazy reckless kid getting into some trouble, and I'd be the worst. Right? And I'd be messed up. But because of the Lord, I am who I am now. And I think to me that means so much. So who am I to build my own house when God's house remains in ruins?
Yeah.
And I think for all of us, that has to be the heart that we got to have, right? We got to look at God's house, look at God's kingdom and go, how can I build it higher?
Come on.
How can I give more?
Yeah.
And not go, well, what about me? Because I'm like, yeah, well, let me share with you guys a story. There's a story I read when I was a kid, and I'll never forget it. It's a story I want to read to you guys today. It's a short story. But it's an impactful one.
Come on, man.
Come on, Rico.
Go.
Let's go, Rico.
It's a story that I just want you guys to just listen along and kind of experience this story with me here. I won't say the title, but just have some fun. It says, once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. And every day that boy would come, and he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns, and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing on her branches and eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek, and when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade, and the boy loved the tree very much. And the tree was happy. But time went by, and the boy grew older. And the tree was often alone. Then one day the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and eat apples and play in the shade and be happy." I am too big to climb and play, said the boy. I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. I'm sorry, said the tree, but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money and you will be happy. And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy. She said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." "I am too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife, and I want children. And so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house. But you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy." And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build the house. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered. "Come and play. I am too old and sad to play," said the boy. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat? Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and be happy." And so the boy cut her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. And the tree was happy, but not really. And after a long time, the boy came back. "I am sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone." "Well, my teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them." "I am too old to swing on branches," said the boy. "My trunk is gone," said the tree. "You cannot climb." "I am too tired to climb," said the boy. "I am sorry," sighed the tree. "I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I am just an old stump, and I am sorry." "I do not need very much now," said the boy. "Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I am very tired." "Well," said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. "Well, I'm an old stump. An old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down and rest." And the boy did, and the tree was happy. Okay, this is the story of what's called the giving tree. I think it's a great story, but it tells a tale of a tree who was just infatuated with this boy, right? And at the beginning, this boy was just as in love. And then you can see the interaction. They were having fun together, right? They're swinging on each other. Not swinging on each other, but the boy was swinging on the branches. Swinging on the branches, having fun. They're playing hide and go seek somehow with the tree. But it was awesome. In a sense, you can like blissfully call it romantic, right? Their interaction together. But then then the story says that the boy grew older.
Yeah.
Right. And then their relationship again was still a relationship, but it switched. Now it was all about him and what he could take from the tree. Right? But the tree being who she was, right? She goes, "Yeah, if you want some money, I just want to make you happy. You being happy makes me happy. So yeah, if you want some money, go. Yeah, take these apples, go sell them. Be happy." Right? But then the boy never comes back, or doesn't come back for a while. And she's sad. But then he comes back, and she's like, "Oh, sweet, the boy's back. The love of my life is back. It's awesome. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Want to play?" And he goes, "No. I want a house. I want children. I want my wife." And she goes, "I got none of that. But you can cut my branches down. You can take from me so you can be happy." Boom. And he leaves, builds his own house. Leaves for a while again. And then he comes back, and she's feeling a little, she's kind of catching what's going on here. But he comes back, and she's like, "Oh, sweet, he's back again. Hey, let's have some fun." And he goes, "No, I'm tired of what I've been doing, right? After all these, you've been sacrificing so much, but I've blown your sacrifice on stupid stuff. Not stupid stuff, but I've wasted my time, and now I'm not as happy as I thought I would be. So I'm going to take off now and go somewhere far, far away, where maybe I'll be happy there." And again, she goes, I don't have anything left, but you can cut me down. You can totally, cut my trunk down, and you can use that as a boat, and you can go." He goes, but then he comes back once again, and the tree is just a stone. But what you keep seeing again is that she still has a heart to give.
Yeah.
Right? She still keeps giving of herself. Why? Because she's motivated by her love for the boy.
Yeah.
Even though the boy keeps hurting her and keeps hurting her and keeps hurting her, she's gonna keep giving.
Yeah.
Because she's the giving tree. Because she cares that much about the boy.
Yeah.
Because I read this story too is to convict us. And again, this is a made-up story, but what's not made up is Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? He's given, and he's given, and he's given. And oftentimes we're like this boy. Just take. We're just taking from him. Taking from him. And we're expecting him to give us something. Right? We're not leaving until he gives us something. Right? Even though he has nothing. But we're going to keep taking from him. But I love this tree because she keeps giving. Just like Jesus does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I call us not to be the boy in the story, but the tree.
Amen.
To keep giving to this church, keep giving to God's kingdom, keep giving to Jesus.
Yeah.
Until we're all worn out. Until we're just an old stone.
Yeah.
But still wanting to give and be a seat for the boy. Amen?
Amen.
So what does this mean? Practically speaking, you know we got special missions coming up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Come
You
on.
know we got a charge, we got a goal to evangelize the world in this generation. Right? To not be the only church service going down today here in Hawaii. The only church full of disciples here going on here in Hawaii. But our desire is to go all over the world.
Yeah.
Right? From plenty, like a ridiculous amount of women and men to hear the good news about Jesus.
Yeah.
To be able to have a relationship with Christ. So that's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
Right? But a lot of us can feel like this tree a little bit, that, okay, he just keeps taking from it. They just keep taking.
Yeah.
But I say feel like this tree if you are, and keep giving.
Yeah.
Keep giving, not because of anything that really per se the boy is doing, but for the pure fact that you love Christ.
Yeah.
That's your motivation. That's why you do what you do. That's why we're going to raise this money. We're going to do incredible fundraisers. We're going to give our hearts. Because there's no way I'm going to let Christ walk away sad.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him whatever he wants.
Yeah.
If he wants this world saved, well, by golly, we're going to save this world. We got to go after it because we're going to be just like this giving tree. Amen?
Yeah.
So in our relationship with God, we got to be willing to give it our all. And not only just in the pure relationship fact, but even monetarily, in any resource we have, we got to be willing to give it to the Lord. Amen? You guys with me?
Yeah.
Come on. Awesome. Let's go back to Luke 14.
All right. Let's go, bro.
Come on. Luke 14, verse 31. Come on, for a minute.
All right. Let's go.
Come on, brother.
Again, talking about a relationship with God and being Christ's lover. Or suppose a king is about to go to war against another king. Won't he first sit down and consider whether he is able with 10,000 men to oppose the one coming against him with 20,000? If he is not able, he will send a delegation while the other is still a long way off and will ask for terms of peace. In the same way, those of you who do not give up everything you have cannot be my disciples. Guys, I love this scripture because, again, Jesus just hit us with another parable about being in a relationship with him. He goes, listen, there's a king. And that first king, you're it. You're a king kind of on your own, doing your own thing with 10,000 solid guys. Right? And then you hear a warning, just like we did last Saturday. You hear a warning that there's something incoming, and it's a little dangerous. And it's a king with 20,000 coming to beat you up.
Come on.
Right? And the Bible says, well, hey, if you know he's coming, and you don't think you can win, well, then you better send your terms of peace.
Yeah.
You better get on his good side before he comes and totally destroys you. Right, so what's that? Well, what are those terms of peace? Well, your terms of peace is relationship. Just in case you guys didn't realize, when a king comes and tries to conquer another, right? Either again, the same situation happens. Either they become allies, or the other king gets what he wants anyway. Right? Either we work this out, or I'm just gonna have to take what I want. You know, either you're gonna work with me, or you're gonna work for me. Right, and so that's how it works when you're conquering this king. So in a very serious way, God is coming.
Yeah.
Right, and He's coming to each one of your own little personal kingdoms. right? However strong you think you are, God's going to win every time.
Right.
Right? And so the idea is that before he comes and it's too late, get on God's good side. Right? In a sense, become God's allies. But what does it mean to be an ally? Well, the same thing that it means to be in a relationship. Right? It means that you're going after the same thing. Right? You're unified. In a sense, for me and my wife, we become a unit. Right? We become, and the Bible says we become one. Right? And so that's the idea. We're yoked together. Right? And I'm sure you guys understand like how oxen are yoked together with an apparatus, a wood apparatus between their necks there. And so they're able to work together to plow the field, right? So in the same sense, you're now yoked together with Christ. Right? But here's the reality of it is that when you're yoked together, you can't go off on your own. Right? So if Christ is trying to go this way, you can't just like try to pop a right or something like that. You can't like pop a Yui or anything like that because Christ is like, what you doing? We're going this way now. Oh, no, we're not. But it's like, you can't, it doesn't work that way. If you're yoked together in a relationship, you gotta stay together. It's just, there's no other way. Either you stay together or you break up. And so the idea is that for you, if you're really going to be in a relationship with God, you're yoked together.
Yeah.
Right? Meaning his goals are your goals. Right? His dreams are your dreams. Right? What he's going after needs to be what you're going after. And so really all I'm saying is God wants to use you. God has a beautiful idea of what he wants you two to do together. And what's exciting about that is that he doesn't have to use you. Right? Like he doesn't really have to. But he decided to, right? Like he came down to this earth so that we can be the same and so that you can understand what it means to be used by God. And so the idea is that I know in your life you have dreams. Right? All of us have goals. Even if we're like nonchalant about it, we still want something. Right? And so honestly, it's the idea that here with Christ, just like this king here, he had to understand I need to surrender. Right? Like my delegation is me waving the white flag of surrender and go, hey, whatever you want to do with me and my 10,000, perfect, let's do it. I want to be a part of your 20,000. So you join the team of God by waving that flag of surrender. But honestly, guys, surrendering is not easy. It's not fun. It's not exciting. It's not the ideal thing to do. No one wants to surrender. I know. Right? Like even right now, if I go, hey, guys, stand up. Nobody's going to do it because they're like, oh, I got to stand up now? Man, I don't want to surrender. And listen to someone else. I want to make you stand up. Like that's how it works, right? You don't want, it's not easy to listen to someone else. Right? To follow someone else's lead and to not be able to dictate or have control of what you think is your own life. But what's awesome about God is that when you give God the control, not only do you save yourself a lot of trouble, which is awesome, but honestly, but you're able to witness things you'd never be able to do. Right? Like you guys, I really hope you guys can grasp this concept of the fact that God is incredible. Right? Like he's on another level. And so by you hooking up with him, it's like you just got the trophy wife. Right? Like you just made Brad Pitt, you just got together with Danica Patrick or whatever. Like you somehow went from nobody, common person, to now you're hooking up with, not hooking up, but you're like you're now partnering with like the hottest name in Hollywood, right? And that's awesome because now you got the VIP pass, right? Now you're walking into places people are like, oh snap, like that's I don't know. I'm trying to think of celebrities now. I'm the worst at celebrities.
We got you.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. But there's things of that nature. So now there's so many more benefits, right? Before you were, and honestly, you were nothing, right? We were nothing. Let's be honest. I was nothing. We were nothing. But with Christ, we become this awesome thing, right? Where He does most of the work, and we get all the reward. Right? And all we have to do is commit to Him, is be in a sincere relationship with Him. So honestly, guys, this week, have you been surrendered?
Come on, man.
Have you surrendered your life over to the Lord? And I think for us, it really does come down to dreams. It comes down to goals. It comes down to what you want in your life. Again, like I talked about previously, it's like a lot of people want to build their own life, right? Build up with their own establishment. But it is so much more rewarding and important that you build it with God. Right? And then you just surrender. You just go, hey, whatever you want to do in my life. whatever you want. You know, and honestly, guys, that I wasn't always at that point to go, hey, whatever you want.
Come on, babe.
I always knew that in the scriptures, right? Like I said, I've read the scripture before, so I always knew it. But being truly and fully surrendered is something you gotta go after.
Yeah.
It's not something that's not gonna fall in your lap one day. Oh, now I'm fully surrendered. No, but you gotta actually want it. You know?
Yeah.
To go, okay, hey, do whatever you want with my life, right? And not to be completely hands off the wheel, if you will, like, you know, like I'm just gonna sit here and do something with you. Not that aspect, but more if you get the call, you know, if you get the call that hey, we need people to raise up to be leaders, right? Or if you see the need, right? That the church clearly has a need.
Yeah.
You don't sit back and go, hey, I'm just gonna go to work and make it work. No, you go, okay, how can I help?
Yeah.
Right? How can I be surrendered? Because I'm trying to do my best for the Lord. Because I think honestly, guys, when I actually looked up this whole idea of looking up relationships, I looked up like why people get divorced, right? Why people quit. And honestly, it's for a lot of reasons. But sometimes people get into the relationship for the wrong reasons, right? Like they're thinking about themselves, like what can I get out of this, right? Oftentimes it's monetary, right? Like people are going, well, they're rich, I want to be rich, let's be rich together. People are thinking like that, but honestly, a lot of people break up, right, or get divorced because they're not willing to surrender, right? They're really it's their pride that leads to divorce,
Yeah.
right? People aren't willing to work at a relationship. They go, oh, it's just too much work. It's too much. I don't want to have to give. I want me, right? Like I want to stay with me. So they go, they're not the right person. I'm gonna go find the right person, right? And after their 5th marriage, they realize, well, maybe it's me. Right? Maybe something's wrong with me. So that people are going after this, but really, it's they're not willing to surrender, right? They're not willing to yield to their partners, their partners' wants and needs. They think they're so important. And that same trap can happen even as a Christian.
Right.
Right, where you think, okay, well, I'm important and Christ is on the side. And Christ needs to follow me with what I want to do with my life. And that's it. But excitingly, right, if we're really going to be a part of the kingdom and really have our relationship united with Christ, well, then it's all about the kingdom. Right? It's all about loving God and being truly surrendered. And I think for us, I really want to give you guys a dream. Right? I want to extend to you guys the dream that Christ has put in my heart. Right? I'm not saying you have to come up here and preach next week. That'd be exciting. Josh. That'd be exciting. But I want you to look at your life. Right? And really look at your life. And go, am I fully surrendered to Christ? If Christ said, go here, do this, do that, be this, am I going absolutely? Right, and in your life, right? If your mentor is the person who's helping you out in your life, if that person said, do this, have you done it? Right? If Mark's going, hey, look, we need this in the church, have you done it? Because if you haven't, then I argue that you're not fully surrendered. That you're still holding on to the world, and you're not waving your white flag.
Come on, babe.
You're holding up your own flag, and that's way more important to you. But when I say wave the white flag, just give it up. Because if you don't, it's going to be too late.
Yeah.
Once you click and you realize that you're not prepared for an incoming ballistic missile, you're going to be like, what's my plan? It's going to be too late. That's what happened to me. Saturday, I was like, I have no idea what to do if a bomb comes. We're just going to watch the pretty fireworks, I guess. I had no idea.